Hi there, my name is Caitlin Rice, and today I will be talking about cultural diversity with you. I would like to begin by stating what cultural diversity means to me. Diversity to me does not just mean race, but is rather a wide array of differences, and in this instance, differences in students. A culturally responsive teacher must see and respect these differences in order to build and foster positive learning, positive relationships in the classroom. These positive relationships in return lead to more engaging and more productive learning, and these personal and academic relationships between students and teachers are definitely the most powerful factors to cultural proficiency in the classroom. I feel that there are some ways to support cultural diversity in the classroom. A few of these, but definitely not all of them, include stating the purpose and the objectives so that students are given a reason to learn what they are learning. Also to scaffold that instruction so that I do, we do, you do, so students can see how things are done, practice it together, and then have the teacher act as a facilitator and allow them to practice on their own or independently. I feel that this is highly important because students can then have that gradual release of responsibility along with appealing to these different learning styles. I feel that it's also important to constantly assess student learning through a variety of assessments, including informal and formal assessments, and then to also provide students with feedback on their learning and their participation. I would have to say that the number one way to support cultural diversity in the classroom is to teach students to honor and respect their own cultural differences. For example, I have supported this cultural diversity in a kindergarten classroom during my student teaching through the use of a student interest survey. Right off the bat, right when I got to the school, I gave students a survey. I read out these questions to them, and they circled their answers. This really allowed students to think and allow to show them that I really cared about their interest. And I then later implemented and used this information to guide my instruction. So I gathered the information, I analyzed it, and then I used it to guide instruction and used a variety of instructional strategies for a wide range of learning opportunities in the classroom. One instance was when, in the same kindergarten classroom, I used these student interest surveys to see that students really enjoyed science and they really enjoyed art. That is where the bulk of the students said they really enjoyed their learning the most. So I decided to combine the two. We were doing a unit in science on healthy living and healthy living skills. So students were assigned in a group a collaborative poster topic such as brushing your teeth or washing your hands. Students then created posters working in groups of 4 to 5, which I used the student interest survey as well to guide this instruction or to guide these creation of the groups. And then they were able to create these collaborative posters in which they can combine the science and art and working in groups specifically designed to aid their learning and to foster this collaboration. I would just like to close this video by stating a statement that I read in a post recently on the Huffington Post by Matthew Lynch. This article was titled "Promoting Respect for Cultural Diversity in the Classroom." He states that the best way to combat this tendency, speaking of making assumptions of cultural diversities, the best way to combat this tendency is to provide students with ample evidence that people that don't look like them are, at the core, people just like them. Such a viewpoint can be taught by promoting culture of learning from one another rather than a culture of passing judgment on differences in values and beliefs. I feel that this statement really wraps up my thoughts of cultural diversity and its position in the classroom as a whole. Great. Thank you.